Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. The action has already started. Mbappe showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now this could be a chance, and it's made its way to him. Well read, and the danger is averted. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Goes for a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Morocco with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Vicario breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Bensebaini gets over and intercepts. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
I would have to say Victor Osimhen, Peter. Africa has always produced some outstanding striking talents, and this is...
Takes a shot! Goal! Morocco! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Big chance! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
That's a pretty loose pass. Oh, super ball! Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior. Can he get it through? And that could set him on his way. He's got away. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Valverde. And here's Rafinha. Now that looks a decent ball. Out to the right. Mbappe. Chouameni. Spread out to the left. DiMarco. To Havertz. Japan finding their passes. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. And it's Hakimi.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now this could be a chance. Marquinhos. Valverde threads one in. Brilliantly cut out. Havertz given the lift of his goal. Hakimi. And here's Osimhen. Osimhen touches it back. Aimed to be... Can he finish? Goal! Japan! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Japan get themselves into the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on? Or even better, can they get another?
Delivery from Mbappe. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Well timed, excellent interception. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Japan come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. So we reach the halfway point.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
Japan head into the half-time break with a narrow advantage. And a chance! He's scored! Again, we are level. What a contest!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
That was easy, almost too easy.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And it's been given away. Mbappe. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Marquinhos cuts out the pass. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Over to the left. Morocco appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And he's quick to get it clear again. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Played into space out wide. Havertz. Oh, that was vital. Ekitike. And here's Osimhen. Looking to play him in. And he shoots! Goal! Japan! And they're back in front. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Valverde. Ekitike.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And it's Locatelli. And Rafinha.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Van der Ven, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And it's Tchouaméni. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Japan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Vinicius Junior. Now it's Marquinhos. Rafinha. Nicely weighted ball. Howson is there and he can get that clear. Rafinha cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Now it's Osimhen. Now it's Thuram.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Tchouaméni. I think we're just about done here. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple.
If they're good enough to keep the ball at this stage, it should see them through. You'll be disappointed with that.
Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Vinicius Junior. Valverde. That's that, the end. Japan have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. Havertz taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
They've taken advantage of some complacency, Peter, but if you're offered a chance to do that, then you've got to be ready to pounce.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.